Hey, what's going on everyone? It's your boy Redstone9X here, and welcome back to another command block tutorial video. Now today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do explosive barrel commands in Minecraft. And what I mean by that is, you can probably guess by the title that these commands will allow you to give you a special barrel that when you either light it on fire with a flint and steel or shoot it with a flaming arrow, it'll pretty much explode. Similar behavior to TNT, pretty much. Now, before I go into more detail on what those commands are to make this work, you know the drill. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss another video. Apart from that guys, let's begin today's video. Okay guys, so here are all the commands for her. So it is a bunch of commands to make this all work, and there's also some more down there which I'll explain later. And as always, I will leave a link in the description down below so you guys can copy and paste these commands into your world later on. Now, let us begin. So first off, as always, I'm going to demonstrate how this works. I'm going to get this. Oh, I also got to turn on these commands right here. So I got this special spawn name called Explosive Barrel, which I put place to spawn in an explosive barrel. Pretty standard stuff. So let me get myself a stack of these. And also I'm going to get myself a flint and steel and a bow with flame on it. And also I got infinity, so I have plenty of shots and with a singular arrow. So here's how this works. So we're going to go into this area right here. So all you gotta do is place this down in front of you, and it's going to spawn in this special barrel here called Explosive Barrel, which is full of this gunpowder with this special tag, which you cannot actually take out, which is pretty handy, I must say. So here are the two ways you can blow it up, as I was mentioning earlier, with the flint and steel, or if you shoot it with a flaming arrow from a flaming bow. So all you need to do is right click on top of the barrel like this and then run away, and it will explode just like that. And if there are other barrels around in the general area, you can explode more than one at the same time, just like that if you want to create a bigger explosion. And I should probably quickly heal myself before we proceed, because otherwise I'm gonna get myself killed. Okay, that should do it. So that is one of the ways you can explode the explosive barrel. Oh, if you want to stack them on top of each other, you just gotta make sure you right click on top while shifting. Just like so. Now here is the second way to blow it up. The flaming arrow way. So all you gotta do is shoot either anywhere near the barrel like this, and it will also blow up. Just like that. By the way, I also made it so that it cannot explode other barrels that are extremely far apart. Only ones close by would blow up, you know, to cause like a chain reaction similar to TNT. So let's say I place one in those two far corners, and then place a couple over here. So let's say I want to hit the far one over there. It'll blow that one up, and not the ones over here or here. So let's blow this one up. It'll explode those in the general area, in which you can explode this one. Pretty standard stuff. And if you want a bigger boom, or you want to cause like a chain reaction even bigger, you can either do this with more barrels, or you can even pack some TNT around, which can really cause a big explosion if you want to go that route. Okay, so now that you've seen that, let's go over all of the commands into making this all work, so be back in a sec. Okay guys, so we're first gonna go over the commands into how to actually spawn in the explosive barrel. And also a quick note here, and I'm probably gonna mention this a few times, make sure the redstone is exactly as you see here. So again, these are the commands into spawning in the explosive barrel. Starting with this command. This pretty much detects if a player is near the set explosive entity, which is pretty much an invisible baby husk, if that makes sense. And the same thing goes for the entity that makes the barrel explode, but we'll get to that a little later. So it's execute at P, run, execute if entity at E, type equals husk, and then you put in name equals, inside quotation marks, set explosive barrel. And also make sure you set the command to always active. And then you have redstone comparator like this with a redstone repeater leading into these next few commands. So this next command right here spawns in the barrel named explosive barrel that will be filled with gunpowder with a special tag. So it's execute at P, run execute at E. Again, type equals husk named set explosive barrel, and then you do sort equals nearest. Then you do run set block, 3 squiggly lines like this, and then do barrel inside brackets. We do facing equals up, and then you put in all the details for the special explosive barrel as you see here. And then when you get to the end, you make sure you do keep right there so it doesn't delete any blocks. Okay, so this command then spawns in the explosive barrel entity on top. So this is the second entity I was talking about that will make the barrel explode. Okay, so we got the same first bit as you see here, except we do this in the second half, which is run summon husk, 3 squiggly lines like this, and then you do 1 right here, and then you pretty much put in all the details for the invisible baby husk named explosive barrel, as you see here. And now this next command removes any nearby rotten flesh from the ground. So it's execute at P, run kill at E, type equals item, and then do MBT, and inside these brackets we do item colon ID colon Minecraft rotten flesh, and then do distance equals 0.5. And then this command pretty much removes the set explosive barrel entity. Pretty much the one that spawns in the barrel, not the one that explodes it. Not yet, anyway. So again, kind of the same thing as the last one, except we just changed the type to husk, named set explosive barrel, same distance, which is 5, and then do sort equals nearest, as you see here. Pretty standard stuff. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the commands into keeping the gunpowder with the special tag inside the barrel right here. And again, make sure the redstone is exactly as you see here. So as you can see, there is a lot into keeping that gunpowder in all the slots of the barrel. But starting with this one, detects if the player is near the explosive barrel entity. So it's execute at P, run execute if entity at E, type equals husk, named explosive barrel. And again, make sure you set this to always active. Then put a redstone comparator like this leading into these next 27 commands. So these next few commands fill each barrel container slot with gunpowder with the special tag where the explosive barrel entity is. So I could show you for example with this first one right here. So it's execute at E, type equals husk, named explosive barrel, then do run item replace block, and then do 3 squiggly lines like this with -1 here, and then you do container.0 with Minecraft colon gunpowder, then I put up brackets here with barrel item :1, and then do 64 at the end for a whole stack. And you pretty much would repeat this same process 26 more times, pretty much filling container slots 0 to 26, if that makes sense. Okay, so now we're gonna head back up, which then brings us to these next 2 commands, pretty much keeping you from trying to put these special gunpowder in your inventory, if that makes sense. So this command pretty much clears gunpowder with a special tag inside the explosive barrel from the player's inventory. So it's just a simple clear at A, Minecraft gunpowder, but make sure you have the special tag, which is barrel item :1, if that makes sense. So that way it's not getting rid of any gunpowder that's in your inventory, because we don't want that to happen. So then this one pretty much does the same thing, except it pretty much removes the gunpowder with the special tag that is on the ground. Pretty much that's there in case when you either break or explode the barrel. So it's execute at P, run kill at E, type equals item, and then you do MBT, and it's like item ID Minecraft gunpowder, and then do comma tag barrel item :1, and then close all brackets right here. Pretty standard stuff. Okay, so now we're gonna go over the commands into activating the explosive barrel through the first way with fire, aka either a flint and steel or fire charge. So this first command detects if the explosive barrel entity is in fire. So it's execute at P, run execute as at E, type equals husk, named explosive barrel, at S, if block, and then do 3 squiggly lines like this, Minecraft : fire. And again, set this to always active. So then we put a redstone comparator like this, and then you want to do 4 redstone repeaters on a 4-tick delay leading into this next one, which pretty much spawns in the TNT when the player is in range. So the reason for the redstone repeater delay is so that it gives you enough time to get away before the barrel explodes. So it's execute at P, run execute at E, type equals husk, named explosive barrel, then do distance equals 0.12, and then do run summon Minecraft TNT. And then you do another redstone repeater like this, leading into these next 2. So this one pretty much removes the explosive barrel entity. So it's execute at P, run kill at E, type equals husk, named explosive barrel, and again, distance equals 0.12. And then this one pretty much removes the rotten flesh from the ground. So pretty much same thing as like before, as you see here, except we put the distance also 0.12, if that makes sense. So now we're gonna come over here into these next few commands. So again, make sure the redstone is exactly as you see here. So these next few commands activate the explosive barrel with a flaming arrow, if that makes sense. Starting with these next 2. So this command detects if the explosive barrel entity is near a flaming arrow. So it's execute at P, run execute at E, type equals husk, named explosive barrel, and then you do run execute if entity at E, type equals arrow, then do comma MBT, and put an exclamation mark in front of this, and then you put inside the brackets fire : -1 S, and then do distance equals 0.2, and then you do another MBT tag, which is in block state, then do colon, name colon, and then do Minecraft : barrel, and close all brackets right here. So then you put another redstone comparator like, and again, make sure you set this to always active, have a redstone comparator like this, leading into this next command right here. So this next command sets the nearest explosive barrel entity to the flaming arrow on fire, if that makes sense. And I haven't shown this type of command before. So it's execute at E, type equals arrow, and then do MBT, inside brackets we do fire : -1 S, and make sure you have an exclamation mark at the beginning of this right here. Then do run execute as at E, type equals husk, named explosive barrel, then do sort equals nearest, limit equals 1, and then you do this command at the very end. Run data modify entity at S, fire, set value 200S, as you see here. And then these next few commands pretty much detect, or at least this next one detects, if the explosive barrel entity is on fire. So it's kind of the same thing as the one for the set explosive barrel entity, except we, again, change the name to explosive barrel right here, and then you add the MBT tag, which is fire : 0 with an exclamation mark in front of it, and close all brackets at the end. And make sure you set it to always active. So you have a redstone comparator like this, with 2 redstone repeaters on a 4-tick delay like this, leading into this next command. So this next command spawns in TNT where the on fire explosive barrel entity is, including the ones not on fire near it. So it's execute at E, type equals husk, name explosive barrel, with the MBT tag fire : 10 S with exclamation mark in front of it, and then you do run execute at E, type equals husk, named explosive barrel again, but this time you do distance equals 0.15, and then do run summon Minecraft TNT. So then you have a redstone repeater again, leading into these last two. So this pretty much removes the explosive barrel entity within the area. So it's execute at E type equals husk, named explosive barrel, with the same MBT tag, not fire : 0s, that's what the exclamation mark means. Run kill at E type equals husk, named explosive barrel, distance equals 0.15. And this next command right here is pretty much the same thing, except we put an exclamation mark in front of both husk and also its name, explosive barrel. We leave the MBT tag the same, and then do run kill at E type equals Minecraft item, comma MBT. Then you put in all of that rotten flesh, then do distance equals 0.15 over here. So it will pretty much do that for all entities and also rotten flesh within that area, if that makes sense. So now we're moving on to this very last command, which pretty much removes flaming arrows if they're not on a barrel. So it's execute at P, run execute as at E, type equals arrow. Then you do comma MBT with the exclamation mark in front of the in block state tag right here. Then you do name equals barrel, as you see here. Then do run kill at E, type equals arrow, then do MBT equals exclamation mark, inside brackets we do fire : -1s, and then do another tag, which is in ground : 1b, as you see here. And yeah, that is pretty much explosive barrel commands in Minecraft. And that, my friends, is gonna wrap up for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, want to see more videos like this, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. And turn on those notifications so you don't miss another video. Apart from that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next week in the next one. Goodbye!